Good afternoon. I'm joined by Italy's Ferruccio Gabba, who has fished the last day of practice on A section. Ferruccio, the week started quite well, I believe.
Yes.
But since yesterday, Thursday, the river has taken a turn for the worse.
Yes.
Can you sort of just give us a flavour of an idea of how the venue has started off and then gone downhill? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. In the first days of the week, the condition was totally different now. Because on Thursday it's rained a lot, and the water came up, and the color is dirty.
Yes.
And
Cold as well.
yes,
Cold as
maybe
well.
cold.
Yes,
Yes,
it is cold. Yes,
yes,
yeah.
yes. And so this day, the last training day, we catch only bleak because the big fish, I think, was very, very difficult to catch some big fish.
Yeah, I believe next door to you, Jacopo Falsini,
Yes.
he's had one or two what we would call good, reasonable fish, decent fish, couple of catfish and a
Yes.
small skimmer.
Yeah,
And that seems to have been one of the best catches
yeah,
of the whole day that I've heard of.
yeah.
The whole venue seems to have struggled, and everybody has been really fishing for bleak. And we're literally
Yeah.
talking fish this size, aren't
Yes,
we?
yeah.
Which
But
the Italians love to catch, don't you? You love to catch these fish. Don't
yeah,
you?
yeah, we love catch bleak. I think bleak on pole is a lovely
Yeah.
kind of fishing,
Yeah.
and is technical, very technical,
technical.
and maybe that if the condition remain like today, maybe will be a very good championship.
It'd be a good championship. When you say a good championship, are you referring to one which is open for every team, like there will be all species available, or is it just going to be for those technical teams, for instance, like Italy and France and England, Belgium?
Yeah,
Like that, it would
I
favour
think
them.
I think if the condition remain like today, the winner will be one of the most important teams
Teams.
in the world. I think England, Belgium, France. I hope Italy.
Well, Italy certainly over the last couple of years have been doing extremely well in all the internationals. Do you feel if the venue fishes levels out, and what the Czech contingent, the Czech anglers are saying is they believe the river will fine down. That means it will slow down, it will clean up, and a lot of the cold water will go away. That the championship will become more open.
Yes,
You
yes,
feel it will
yes,
become
yes,
more
yes,
open,
yes.
so it could be someone who's sitting.
I think if the condition will be the normal condition of the venue, this World Championship will be open from other teams. I think Poland, Deutschland, maybe Czech Republic. But if the condition will be the fish
Becomes harder.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think
more technical
less team maybe the winner.
When you were fishing early on in the week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you were catching
Yes.
good weights. What sort of
Yeah.
weights were coming out? Type of fish?
We caught many breams, also on pole and on waggler and on bolognese.
On the
Very
bolognese.
good fish.
When you say the waggler, you mean the slider?
Yes,
The
slider. Yes.
And then the bolognese 6-7
Yes.
metre rods
Yes,
as well.
yes, yes, yes.
So it may well turn out to be the same again come tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah,
Could be very good.
we hope.
The sun, you will notice on camera,
Yeah.
that the sun has actually come out,
Yeah.
which is the first time today.
Yes.
It's been very cold, it's been very cold wind.
Yeah.
The wind has dropped. The river is a nice even pace at the moment,
Yeah.
but the water is still cold.
Yeah, I think.
So I think what we would like to see is quite an open venue.
Yeah.
The venues, the actual sections are quite badly spaced out. There's some big gaps.
Yeah.
Which for the anglers is not a problem, but for the press is terrible.
It's terrible.
It's
I
not
know.
good. It is not
I
good.
understand.
So we have to try and find.
I understand.
But Ferruccio, thank you very much for talking to us
Thank you to
again.
you.
And I wish you the best of luck on Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mark, the sun is shining, the bells are ringing. Do you think you could give us a brief overview of how the practice week's been for the team?
Yes, I can, David. And on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday the sun was out. It was much hotter than this. And on Monday and Tuesday we caught quite a lot of bleak and small roach, and we had a good practice session. On Tuesday we added some bream and skimmers, a few, to the roach and bleak, which was going. We thought we'd got plenty of methods to go at. And then on Wednesday we practiced with bollows and sliders, and we ended up catching some bream on them, and we thought, well, this is going to be a really good competition. And with the thinking angler that the England team has got, and so many methods, we thought, well, it's 4 hours now, we can certainly get a good run at it. And then came Thursday and the Evans opened. It rained all day, the rivers come up, and today we've been for a practice, which is Friday. Well, Thursday was a washout, and Friday we've been for a practice today, and I think there's been one bream caught, and
B section.
Yes, in B section. We've been in E today, and all I've seen is bleak.
That's all we've seen is bleak.
Yes, and I think today our pegs have been boiling through. We've been on the inside of a bend where the water's coming straight at us, and it's just been rubbish.
I mean, bearing in mind the irregular nature of the river, what are you hoping for the team this weekend, taking everything into account?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to explain that we've been told now that today you needed 70 gram floats. Now we use 50 gram, and they're dead right because we're riding out of the water 3/4 of an inch. So tomorrow I've been told that it will go down to 30 gram in some parts, but only 10 gram on other bends of the river. If you're on an inside bend where it's coming right at you, it'll be 30 gram. And if it's on the outside of a bend, which is much better now because it's not flowing as much, it could be as low as 10 gram flat. So we're looking for that first of all. And personally now, I think that the river's been running since Thursday, and the bream haven't fed, and they're swimming against a big current now, and it might make them hungry.
Could do.
So I'm hoping that tomorrow, which is match day, Saturday, that we're going to go there with bleak in mind for the first hour, at least the first hour, maybe two, to catch 2.5 from 1 to 2 hours, 2.5 to 3 kilo, and then have a look at 7 metre, which we've caught some roach, small skimmers and things like that, which isn't a bad method, and then 13 metres, hopefully, if the bream are showing. But I don't think we'll get away with bollows tomorrow, and I don't bolognese, and I don't think we'll get away with sliders. Because
isn't there talk of the wind switching around? Because at the moment it was a downstream wind today, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say to you, if the wind does turn round and it goes upstream, then the bollow could come in, because them bream seem to like being just past the middle of the river.
Right.
But saying that, with the rain coming in, the colours come in, it could be a long pole match tomorrow for bream.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
There was quite interesting today, it was quite noticeable. I had someone check the temperature of the water, I mean physically with their hand, and it was very cold. And that obviously has an adverse effect on feeding fish.
I must tell you this.
Go on.
That while I've been running the bloodworm off yesterday, first of all, which was freezing yesterday, and I know the air temperature, and once I got water out of the river, it was so warm you couldn't believe it.
Really?
Yes, absolutely boiling to run the bloodworm off. Now today, you're nearly right, but it was still warmer this morning than the air temperature.
Right.
So when you put your fingers in the water, it still felt warmer, but this afternoon it was the opposite way around, because it's warmed up like mad now, as you can see with the sun. So then all of a sudden, the water does feel cooler.
Yeah, but bearing in mind, the water coming in is going to, cold air sinks. So cold water sinks. So actually all the cold water that's come down with the rain is likely to be right on the bottom of the river.
No, that's
No?
not true on a river this fast.
Really?
Because it's boiling through, so it's mixing all the time.
Okay,
And
we
not
did
only
notice that on some of the sections actually.
boils.
It was mixing, and you
Yes,
could see
you
the
can see
difference
it.
in the two
That's right,
colours.
you can see the colours, couldn't
Yeah, definitely.
And not only that, it's coming over a weir upstream,
Yeah,
and then it's going down through the match length. So on the weir itself, it will be mixing,
right.
and
Yeah,
then it goes down through the match length where there's no weir, obviously. At the bottom of the match length, there's another weir, which only affects us with flow,
Yep.
because they lift it or lower it
gotcha.
with towards to compensate the flow.
Yeah. Okay, Mark. Well, I mean, finally, the team for the first day and where they've drawn.
Well, the team is, unfortunately, we've had to make Alan Scott on because he's had a bad draw this week. Each day he's just been on rubbish pegs with snags and everything, and everyone knows how good Alan is.
Yeah.
Well, this week he's not done the business, and he instantly accepts it.
Yeah.
So on A section we've got Stuart Conroy,
Yeah.
on B section Will Raisin, on C section Steve Gardner, on D section is Sean, and on E is Des Ship. Now E is where we fished today, and it's been really difficult.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Des can catch more bleak in a better peg than he's been. He's had 2 kilo 100 today,
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
and it's been really rubbish fishing. So
Yeah.
with a better draw, maybe 3-4
And
kilos.
again, a difference in the river could make a big
Yes,
difference as
yes,
well. So
definitely.
yeah. Okay, Mark. Well, thanks very much, Mark. Obviously, Mark's been stuck in a section. Of course, my cameraman at the moment has positioned his camera right in front of the sun. So, what I'd like to do is just give you a brief overview of what I've seen going through, because I've viewed all the sections. It was very apparent from walking on every section that Mark confirms out what Mark has said, is that the whole day has been a bleak bashing exercise. We found the Italians in A section seem to have done the better of any team in their box 3. But of course, when it comes to the draw tomorrow, the Italians won't all be sitting together. But the weights they had today were up to 4.5 kilos. There were a couple of catfish caught by Falsini, and he also had a skimmer. And they also had, obviously the rest of it was made up of good bleak sprats. So I'm hoping. I mean, I'm a bit like Mark. I'm a little bit confident that tomorrow we'll see a different situation, hopefully change, and that the big fish will come into play. The wind will change around. The water will be slightly warmer, not so murky, and some of the better fish will feed. Then it's going to be a hell of a tournament if that happens. If it doesn't, and it becomes a bleak bashing match, we are likely to see a handful of teams, the best technical teams, do well, because to be perfectly honest, perhaps two-thirds of the field cannot compete with the other third of the field when it comes to bleak bashing. So they're going to need a level playing field, and if that's the case, it should be a great contest in that event. So hopefully tomorrow evening we'll bring you some good news of the venue fishing, and also good news of England's progress. So until then, it's good evening, and we'll speak to you tomorrow.